My name is Ray Patton. I'm a farmer over in Davie County, North Carolina, and I'm here with Mr. G.L. Behringer, who has some information on farming. I'm trying to share some information with him, and he's sharing some information with me on our findings on a new product. Mr. Behringer, how many years have you been farming?
I began farming when I was about 22, almost 45 years now.
45 years, pretty good while.
Pretty good while, yeah. I'm starting to feel it.
You've seen a lot of land turned over, haven't you?
Well, until about the 90s, we did turn over a lot of land.
Right.
Then sod,
we started sod planting.
Sod plant, yes, we do.
Well, really the questions I want to ask you is about the new spray adjuvant that we're now using.
All right.
I know that we talked a little bit about the timing of that you were introduced to the product.
Okay.
Did you get in on the product sort of early in the year, or was it late, or?
Well, I like to say I got into it about the bottom of the fourth, top of the fifth inning as far as the bean crop goes. We started out with a little bit of water and got the crop up, but then it turned dry for 5-6 weeks, and it looked like 2007 all over again. It's hard to sleep at night. Sometimes you just get that feeling we ain't gonna be able to make it this year. And I started looking around. I saw this advertisement for a crop adjuvant, and I inquired about it. Got back on email up in East Bend, North Carolina. On the way up there, I noticed several of the bean fields along through there. They were in the same drought belt we were in, but beans were up about waist high. But I'm up on the up ground, up on the high ground, and there shouldn't have been any beans up there any better than mine. But those beans were up like about this high, with nice big leaves and good color to them. And when I got up at Freddie's at the barn, we met out there at the old dairy barn where we had his material stored. And I said, I saw some good beans on the way up here. So Freddie started to give me a little bit of a testimony, and he said, when you leave here, drive out this road here, I believe it's Cornelius Road, and when you come to the sharp curve, look up that bottom up there. I got corn there, and on the right's beans. And I drove out that way, and I couldn't believe what I saw. But I brought the product home and used it on my beans.
Well, see, when I was talking with Freddie, he showed me the same two fields on both sides of the road, and it was really a significant difference. I was really surprised and pleased with the results I seen. I seen the green up from the very beginning. You could tell the difference between the two fields.
I couldn't understand exactly how this product worked. You know, it sounded like it just too good to be true. But when I brought it home and put it on my soybeans, they were in drought stress. I noticed in them, week, say 10 days time, they started to get a little green up to them, and almost like they were getting moisture from somewhere. I don't know whether they're taking out of air at night or what, but the beans sort of went out of a real drought stress. So I called Freddie back up and asked if he had some more, but I wanted to spray on some other crops. A friend of mine had a field that was in real drought stress. He planted in heavy soil and didn't get a good stand. Looking at the field, it'd been there for 6-8 weeks. I would have guessed it was anywhere from a disaster to maybe 5-8 bushels an acre. And he agreed to let me spray the field for him. I agreed to spray it. It was about 14 acres. And the field started growing, started getting a little rain. When he cut those fields, he saw them across the scale. And those two fields averaged 26 bushels an acre. And to me, that's fantastic because he didn't have anywhere to go. Nowhere but down.
So what we're saying is you think maybe the product helped the crop to be drought resistant to a degree.
We left check strips in the field and places where we didn't spray, didn't grow at all. As a matter of fact, some of them just withered up and just stayed there. And
so you did the test. Well, you did the test because you just wanted to make sure that the product you were using you did test the difference, so you could tell in one spot that you sprayed and one spot you didn't.
Exactly.
Well, I know we had talked a little before on lodging, and I know you were excited about the lodging prospect of the beans.
When the hurricane came through, at this one particular field, we had 12 inches of rain in 2 days. The ditches were full of water. I just knew those beans had to go down some, but when I went up there after it dried off, there was no beans down, and there was no beans down when we cut the beans. They had the best standability, and they were this high. They were up here about your chest, 4 foot high. Yeah. And they're loaded with beans. I think we guesstimated the average. We didn't weigh it across the scale or anything, but I guesstimated the best beans I've ever cut, 65 bushels an acre out of that one 14-acre field.
So you're saying then that you think the rescue crop and what you tried on the field, I believe we talked a little bit about a friend of yours in which there was some property there and he had put some beans in, and you pretty much asked him if you could do the test to see if you could bring them back?
For him and for my benefit, I want to see what it would do, because I've already made up my mind. This year we're going to spray everything twice. I mean, I just saw such a dramatic result. It's a no-brainer. So I'll spray my crop twice this year, and try to get a little earlier, a lot earlier than what we did last year.
All right, with your let's discuss. We talked a little bit. You and I did when we was in the house there. We talked a little bit about the yield, and I know you were excited about that, because you're the type of farmer that really keeps up with everything, and I'm excited about that, because a lot of farmers don't really keep the data, and you do have good records and good data of what you've done in the past.
You know, I've made record keeping for me over the last 10 years of a hobby. I just love to do it, and I've kept the test weight on my beans, and I saw a little bit of yield, a bump in test weight this year. I haven't sold them all yet. We got 3 loads sold. We only got 1 result back. I couldn't see anything with positive results out of it.
Well, when you say positive results, I know we were taught one time about the beans, and you said where you had used the spray adjuvant, that you could look back in the bin and the beans themselves are like a real pretty golden color.
Had good size to them, you know, for the year we had. But when you have a lot of pods on a plant, most of the time you don't get a lot of large beans. But we had a good pod set, a lot of pods, and good bean size.
All right, and so you were pretty pleased with the test weight.
Tickled to death.
Okay. All right, the appearance of the crop. I mean, I know you said that the gentleman that came by and said, when you combine the beans, I want to ride in the combine with you. So evidently the appearance of them was really, you could really tell the difference. Did you have any comments other than that one gentleman?
I had the park manager for the county parks come by and ask me what we put on those beans to make them grow like that, and we're actually trying to, you know, prove it out that we'll work on grasses and stuff too. So yeah, we had a lot of people. And one guy told me, he said, you better get that combine in good shape, because you're gonna need it. He said, you got a heavy crop.
Well, I know then probably I guess what we're seeing is that if the wind resistant, if the bean is healthier and the stalks are bigger, and so that makes it more of a wind resistant crop. Yeah. Any farmer knows what happens when it all falls down. That's just a mess.
I have to believe, you know, that the root system was a lot better too. And when the root system is better, you're going to get a better stem. So some of these stems, after they dried down, I picked up one day and just snapped it. It was about like my little finger, and it popped like a stick. So it seemed like it were woody. But no, we didn't have any beans down at all. 155 so acres, no beans down, none.
Well, I know for a fact that I've had some very good results with fescue grass. We have several acres in which we make hay, and I know this last cutting this fall, when we cut it and it greened up just a little bit, I went ahead and sprayed it again with the spray adjuvant, and it really greened up quickly. And I was excited about that, because I knew good and well that was putting down the root. The root goes further and further into the soil. Now, this spring, I'm gonna really saturate that again with the product, with spray adjuvant, because I need those roots to go deep into the ground and pick up more nutrients and pick up more water, because you know we always have a dry spell right in the summer. We also have like 25 acres of orchard grass that we're really excited about, because we're going to hit it. This is fixed as quick as it starts to green up. We're going to spray it, and I know we're getting good results.
Now, I've had a lot of people remark about the color and what out of the beans, and I tell them, I said, this stuff works on anything that's green. You spray grass with it, you spray any kind of crop with it, and if you know how, you can even use it on your garden.
Right, that's right. My wife uses it in the garden now, so.
It's a good, safe product to use. I couldn't believe when the man told me that makes the product that you can, people always wash the vegetables stain off their hand with it. It's a good hand cleanser.
Right,
so
well.
It's a good, safe product to use. That's appealing to me. Every time we use a pesticide, we have to fill out a paper, and on that paper, it's just you have so many hours before you can go back and call it re-entry, and there's no re-entry on this.
That's
you
right.
just go back out there, so it's a big plus for you.
Well, okay, Mr. Behringer, I want to tell you how much I appreciate it. I've certainly enjoyed meeting with you and talking with you.
Very well.
And I feel like we've got a lot in common, and I think we both we really like the product. We're well pleased with it. So.
After the results we've had with it this year, I was kind of slow going into a crop year, but I'm ready to get started planting right now. I'm excited to try this product again, and I hope I can duplicate what we did this year.
Good deal. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.